Hey Keira, how you doing? Hope everything's well. I had another idea for our lesson today. Just going to be a scale pattern lesson. I'm pretty sure we may have started this, but I can't remember. It's been a few weeks since I've seen you, but if it is something we did, I don't think we finished it because I remember we were working on a McCafferty song. So, let's see. I think we were. I actually can't remember. It's been a minute. All right, so this song is called Low Rider. All right, maybe I'll play a little bit for you in the background here. But ultimately, let me do it real quick because I don't want to take too much time. Okay. All right, so the idea of this song is just it sounds like this, all right? Starting from the 3rd fret here, this is where we start. 3rd fret of the low E string. So this is the song. I'll play a little bit along it. Hopefully you could hear this. All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher. Now the trouble melody. So basically, I want to try and teach you the bass line to that, and then the trumpet melody, okay? The little lead melody that goes there. Okay? So let's just start with the bass line, all right? So the bass line is going to start on the low E string on 3. 3rd fret, all right? It's going to start with a 2, double hit there. 1, 2, all right? So 1, 2 on 3, and the next note is going to be 6 on the low E string. Okay? So 1, 2 hits on 3, 1 hit on 6, and then you're gonna go to 3 in the A string, hit once, and then 5 in the A string, hit once. Okay, and then we're going up to the D string, and then you hit that once, and then you wait a second, and then hit 2 more times, and then you go to 5 on that string. So the last 2 hits of 3 on the D string and 5 should go together as a set of 3. Okay, so 1, 2 on the blood first. So it's basically all 1 double on the first hit, and all the other hits are 1 except for the 3 before you hit the 5 on the D string. So these 2 notes right here are the 2 notes that you're gonna not hit once. So everything else is just once. Okay, so basically that one right there, that's just the bass line right there. I want to see if, when I see you, we're gonna go over this and see if you can play that 4 times back to back. So one thing, the way to look at this too is also when you come into the end of the phrase, when you're going up to the D string, 3, 3, 5. You're gonna go immediately 3, 3, 5 to the low E string and hit the first 2. Okay, so they actually line up right next to each other, so they sound like a continuous notes together. It's kind of a cool part to maybe practice there, that transition from the 5th fret of the D string back to the 3rd fret of the low E. I use my thumb. I'm assuming you're probably not going to do that, so you want to use your pointer finger for that. For if you're going to do that, definitely the thumb right behind where the 3rd fret is probably the most comfortable spot to do, depending on how big your hand is. And your hand's smaller than mine, but okay. Do one more time. All right, I just played a little different there at the end, but almost the same thing. All right, so now let's take that apart. I mean, string. Put that behind us and then move on to the trumpet melody. Excuse me. All right, so now the way I would attack this is we're going to start with the middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string, okay? And we're going to hit 5 notes on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, this first little phrase here, there's going to be two parts of it, all right? The first phrase of it's going to be 7 notes, and 5 of those notes are on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the ring finger to 5 on the G string. That's going to be your 6th note. And then the pointer, then you go back, take those 2 fingers off and go to your pointer finger on the B string on 3. And that'll be your 7th, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, middle finger to ring finger to pointer finger. Or if you want to look at the numbers, 2 finger to 3 to 1. Play that again so you can see. I'm going to make my really close here. Okay? Then the next piece is going to be the second part of that melody. All right? And then you have 2 options. If you keep your finger in the same spot, you're going to start with the ring finger on the D string on 5. To the middle finger on 4 of the G string. Then you put your ring finger on the 5 of the G string. Take it off. Go back to the middle finger of 4 of the G string. To 5 of the D string with your ring finger. Or you have the second option. This is how I would usually do it. Is I would just slide back up again. So then you have your middle finger on 5 of the D string and your pointer finger on the G string on 4. So instead of your ring finger like that, it'll be the same notes, exactly the same notes. It's just using these 2 fingers versus these 2. Depends which ones feel more comfortable to you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. As long as you could do it, it doesn't matter which one it is. Okay? Nice. All right, so that's pretty good right there. So if you got that part, that's 2 times, but repeat that. Having trouble with my words. That is repeated. Those 2 parts are repeated twice. So you're gonna come into the melody like, and then wait for the bass in. That's the first time. And then it does it again. Okay. Then the next part it's gonna do is only gonna do it once. All right. And then that's gonna do 2 sets of 5 on the D string on 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. 3, 5. Okay. I think it's a full quarter note rest is what it would be. The pause is technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. Yep. The rest. A quarter note. All right. All right, so you're an acoustic player, so I also wanted to show you a second place we could play this, and this isn't it'd be a little easier if you had access to your 12th fret. I can't remember if you do, so I'll show you this too. So real quick, if you think of the 12th fret here, this double dot fret, as the starting over from 0 again, and that the first fret past it is 1, 2, 3, and you look at it almost pretty much the same as from down here is right here, we can find ourselves the same notes. Okay, starting on the 4th fret from the double dot fret. All the same fretting and the fingers work is from back here. It just transposes all the way up here to now, which is technically the 15th, 16th, and 17th frets. But if you look at as this is a start over a 0, you know, when you go 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 again, you know what I mean? So I look at it like that way in the sense that all the same notes repeat, they're just an octave higher. So starting from G string here, see? Okay, do it again. I did 2 different versions of the, okay, and then the same thing. Okay. All right. So now there's another spot. If you don't have access to those frets, I mean, you could probably still do it even if you play an acoustic and it kind of comes up to here, right? The body just kind of cuts these cutaways away. So what you would do is then we're going to take that melody because it can be found right here. Okay. Sounds a little different though because it's on a different string on a different part of the neck, which is kind of cool, but it's still the same notes. Okay. So So instead of it being 4 to the 5th fret, to the 3rd fret, and kind of like that up here, we're going to do this starting from the 7th fret of the high E string, okay? It's been a little bit my fault. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 7, and then 8, 10 on the frets. That's the fret mark. So 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 10. Okay, that's a little bit different shape than we made in the boxes that we had down here, or the 3rd fret here, and then the 3rd fret past the 12th. But that first part's a little different, so we just go up to the 10th instead of coming back like we would. Okay, but the next part's the same as far as shape goes. So from the 8th fret on the B string to the 7th fret of the E string to the 8th fret of the E string, back to 7, and then back to 8 on the B string. Okay, so pretty much it's the same thing as what you could do up here, but if you don't have the access, you can play it here. Do, 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 do. All right, and then it comes down to this part where it goes the 3s to 5, which would now be a 6 to 8. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8. Okay? All right, so now one of the reasons I like this song is it really highlights the scale pattern a little bit. Especially, I mean, even though the bass line only goes up to the D string, that's 1 octave. Okay, and then if you keep going, from 3, 5 in the G string, 3, 6 in the B string, and ending on 3, then you have the whole pentatonic scale based off of what this bass line starts. Okay? I know we did some other scale patterns, but this one is a musical exercise in doing that scale pattern, okay? And same thing up here, too. You got, if you have the 12th fret access, above 12th fret access, my finger's kind of in the way. It's kind of hard. Okay? All right, so now let's the next part of that one. Yeah, so I want to see, when I see you trying to play the bass line back 4 times, 3 or 4 times, we'll see. And I want to see if you can do the melody, all right? So it's, and then a little rest, and okay, and then do it the octave up. Oops, starting from 7. Yeah, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, and that 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8. All right, we'll try that. All right, just for the sake of trying to use the scale patterns. All right, a lot of songs do stick to it, and that's kind of how you would play it. All right, so I want to try and get you to see that a little bit more. I have another song idea for you that we're gonna do that will show it even more. Okay, all right, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.